Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You are here with Yes, I'm Her, Divine Manifestor. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Thank you so much for all the likes, comments, and subscribes you have been showing my channel. It means so much to me. So I'm just going to jump in with 15 or more signs that you are dealing with a narcissist, okay? 15 or more signs that you're dealing with a narc. Okay, we're going to start off with sign number one. Sign number one, you're dealing with a narc is the sense of entitlement that they have. They feel like everything revolves around them. They feel like they have superior over everything, inferior over everything. They just feel like they is untouchable. They just have this sense of entitlement. They feel like everything is, everything is supposed to happen for them. Okay. Interestingly enough, narcissists can also get the superior feeling of being the worst, the most wrong, or the most ill, upset, or injured. They just have this negative thoughts pattern about themselves. They have this way of living about themselves that it surrounds around them. If it's not their way, it's the highway. Okay, that's what they do. Sign number two, they have an attention for validation. They crave attention and validation. Especially when they're in relationships, they want someone to always see how good they're doing, what they're doing good, and they just always look for this attention from others instead of going within and getting it from themselves. That's how you know you're dealing with a narc. That's another core trait of a narcissist. They have constant need of attention. Even if it's just following you around the house, asking you to find things, or constantly saying something about something to grab your attention. They look for attention. They grab validation from other people instead of going within. Okay? It's like no matter how much you tell a narcissist you love them, admire them, or approve of them, they never feel it's enough. Because deep and down, they don't believe anyone can love them. They have a hard time loving themselves. And this can go deep, from how they was raised or whatever. That gives them that way of being, okay? Sign number three, perfectionism. A sign that you're dealing with a narc is perfectionism. You can spot a narc through their extremely high need for everything to be perfect, from the bed being made up a certain kind of way, from their clothes being on them a certain kind of way, their hair being a certain kind of way, the house being a certain kind of way, the way you raise your kids being a certain kind of way, how they deal with their job. They just want everything to be perfect in a certain way. They believe they should be perfect. They believe you should be perfect. Events to happen exactly as they expected, and life should play out exactly how they envisioned it. That's just how they are. They have a sense of perfectionism, and it could be a good and a bad thing. It could be good and bad, but at the same time, that is a number one sign you're dealing with a narc when it's extreme. There's nothing wrong with being perfect, but when it's extreme, where it gets you mad, you can easily get upset when things is not done the way it should be done. You very dissatisfied, then it's a problem. You're dealing with a narc. Sign number four, you're dealing with a narc. They have a great need to control everything. They want to control everything, and that could be a sense of manipulation. Okay, trying to grab control of everything. That's one of their ways of being. Since narcissists are continually disappointed with the imperfect way that life unfolds for them, they want to do as much as possible to control it and mold it into their liking. So if you're in a relationship with them and things didn't go the way they planned it in their mind, then they're going to do everything in their power to self-sabotage, to move you around. So when you do move around, they're gonna blame it. They're gonna point the finger at you like you was the one. You didn't fight. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. But the whole time, and they already had it in their mind how they wanted things to be. Instead of laying it on the table, accepting the person for who they are, and rolling with the punches. You was attracted to this person. You seen something in this person to be with them. So it didn't go out the way you wanted it to go. So you self-sabotage. You push them out. You push them out of your life, and then you see them years later and they living the best life. You feel a certain kind of way because you just out on a limb. Narcissists have that sense of control. They always want to have a storyline in their mind about people and how people should be and what they should be saying. Okay? It's like when you don't behave, if you don't behave a certain kind of way, they become quiet, upset, or unsettled. They start acting a certain kind of way because they want to be in control. They want you to act the way they want you to act. Okay, that's how you know you're dealing with a narc. Pay attention to these signs. If these signs is resonating with you, make sure you write them down, because this is real life. We have narcissists walking these streets every single day, and you got some that's clever and some that's not so clever. Some you can see straight through, some it's gonna take you a little minute to catch on. But these signs should help you be able to determine if you're dealing with a narc. Number 5, lack of responsibility. You have narcs that do not want to take responsibility for nothing they do, no actions that they have taken. They always want to play the blame game and point fingers at other people. That goes with the control tactic. Okay, so you have to watch out for the ones that take no responsibilities for their actions. Although narcissists want to be in control, they never want to take responsibility for the results that happens in a relationship or a friendship or whatever type of ship it is. Unless, of course, everything goes exactly the way they wanted it and the way they desired, then they would take responsibility. Like, yeah, you know, if something go good, oh yeah, I did that. I had showed you how to do that. Some go bad, oh, I don't know what. Yeah, you must have did that when this happened. You know, it has to benefit them and make them feel good and look good. That goes with the self-entitlement. They want to feel like they was the one to make it happen. They want to be the one that get the credit for making something happen, so they can go and praise, so they can go and brag and all of that. Okay. Sign number 6, you're dealing with a narcissist. Lack of boundaries. Narcissists have no boundaries. They allow any and everything to happen in their life. It doesn't even matter. They can get in a relationship and all bets off. Anything can happen. Anything goes. Anything goes. Many people that lack boundaries cross other people's boundaries on the regular. Cross other people's boundaries. And for narcissists, they love crossing boundaries. That's how they get what they want. That's how they test people and see who they can deal with and who ain't gonna deal with them. Narcissists start out with crossing boundaries. They want to be in your business. They want to know this, know that. It's certain stuff you just don't question. It's certain stuff you just don't ask a person when you getting to know them. It's certain things that's personal. It's levels to this. Okay, when you getting to know a person, you don't start asking them how much they make or what, just really personal business questions. You really don't get into that. Okay, but narcissists, they don't care. They cross them boundaries. As soon as you ask them something like that, as soon as you ask them personal questions, they get offended. Sign number 7. They lack empathy. They don't care about how nobody else feels. If it's not about them, it doesn't matter. Narcissists have very little ability to empathize with other people. This lack of empathy is a hallmark sign of narcissist. This is just like on the wall. It's seen like soon as you meet them, you could tell. You could tell them something you're going through. You could tell them you done went through some sad situation in your life. You're not going to get the best response out of a narc. I'm just going to let you know right there. They tend to be selfish and self-involved. It's only about them. They don't care about nothing if it don't involve their success, their happiness, whatever it is that they need. So they unable to understand what other people are feeling and going through because everything revolves around them. They expect others to think and feel the same as they do. And they give very little thought to other people's feelings and actions. I mean, not even actions, other people's feelings. Some narcissists also lack understanding in the nature of feeling. They don't understand how other people feel. They don't understand that. They don't, because they so trapped and stuck within themselves. They so self-centered that they just don't get it. Okay? Sign number 8. Perceiving everything as a threat. A sign that you're dealing with a narcissist. Although they're highly attuned to perceive threats, anger, or rejection, them signs right there, if they perceive that from other people, they frequently misread the whole. They misread. They just take. Okay, you could have a certain look on your face, but you could be talking a different kind of way. You could be talking with enthusiasm, happiness. You could be talking with confidence, positivity, but you may have a look on your face, and they take that and run with it. They make their own mind up on what you really talking about. You could be saying one thing out your mouth, and they take your face expression for another thing. So it's like, unless you acting out of your emotions dramatically, the narcissist won't accurately perceive what you're feeling. So it's like even saying you sorry or you love them, when a narcissist is on the edge or angry, They could backfire. They don't know. They perceive. You could say you love them, but still be upset, and they would feel like you don't love them. It's kind of like tripped out, but that's just how they are. They have the lack of ability to correctly read other people's body language. That's a trait of theirs. That's how they misinterpret sarcasm as actual agreement or joking from other people. That's how they misinterpret that. They think, narcissists, they a handful. I'm just gonna say that. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I hope you getting what I'm trying to say. But yes, pay attention to how you could say one thing and they take it negatively. They think negative very quickly. They think negative very, very quickly. And it don't even be a negative situation, but they instantly think negative. All right. Sign number 9, emotional reasoning. You probably made the mistake of trying to reason or have logic with a narcissist, not even thinking too much about it to get them to understand the painful effect or behaviors they have on you or what they doing in your life. You may have that. You may have done that many a times, trying to express to them how you feel and lay it out on the table or really get them a clear picture. But it's like you think that if they understand, you really think that if they understand how much their behavior hurts you, they'll change. They won't, because they have a lack of empathy. They're not gonna change it. Okay, narcissists make most of their decisions based on how they feel about something. It don't even matter how you feel. They make their decisions on how they feel. So the emotional reasoning, you have to really pay attention to that. Okay, because they simply must have the red sports car. They simply must have the best thing. They looking for attention. If it's not about them, it doesn't matter. Okay, if it's not about them, it doesn't matter. They look for attention. They look for validation. And let me tell you something. If they're bored or depressed, they want to move and end the relationship or start a new relationship. They move really quick. They don't have patience. They don't sit and wait on none. They just a go person, because they have a lack of self-love. Okay, they have a lack of self-love. They always look to something or someone outside themselves to solve their feelings and needs. That's how they end up in relationships that don't mean them no good. That's how they end up with people that just dog them out, because the person that they with see that lack of confidence that they have in themselves, that lack of self-love. And the narcissists, they tell their business to anybody. They'll tell their business to anybody, so to make people feel sorry for them or something. They use it as some type of tactic. Okay? Sign number 10, splitting. A narcissist personality to split into good and bad parts. And they also split everything in their relationship into good and bad parts. So they love separating. I wanted the curse. They love separating stuff. They always separate things. Any negative thoughts or behaviors are blamed on you or other people. They don't take no responsibility for anything negative that happened, but they want the credit for the good stuff. They want the praise and recognition for the good stuff. But anything bad, they blame it on other people. Whereas they take credit for everything that's positive and good in their life. It's crazy. That's crazy how they just split things up in their life. But that's what they do. And this is why I'm making this video, so you can see what you're dealing with and the signs that you're dealing with them. They deny their negative words. They deny their negative thoughts. They just deny everything. You could say one thing and they running with it. I remember I said to a narcissist, you trying to manipulate? He manipulate. Why I gotta manipulate you? What I gotta do? What can I get out of it? It's crazy, because you could manipulate a person in so many different ways, but they take it one way and run with it, and they try to defend it instead of looking at it for what it is, looking at it for what I'm saying. Okay? Sign number 11. They fear rejection or ridicule. They fear rejection. They hate it. They don't want nobody to reject them, because they feel like they right. They feel like everything they had in their mind planned out is right. They want you to trust them and let you lead them. But no, you cannot allow a narcissist to lead you. A narcissist's entire life is motivated and energized by fear. Okay? They fear rejection. They fear people leaving them. That's why they cross boundaries. That's why they deal with people and anybody that they could possibly deal with. They don't want nobody to lead them, because they scared to be alone and do the self-love work. They don't want to do the self-love work. They want other people to tell them what they're doing and how to do it. They want to be, even though it's crazy, like they want to be in control, but they still want to be controlled, if you get what I'm saying. Okay? They are constantly afraid of being ridiculed, rejected, or wrong. They scared of that, okay? Because they know they haven't did any work. They haven't did any self-love work. So they know as soon as the person brings something to them, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. Because it's right. They don't want to hear the truth. They may have fears about germs, about losing money, about emotional or physically being attacked. They just scary. Like, they have a negative mindset of just every little thing scare them. No cap. The news scare them. They hear someone on the news, oh, they're going to get scared. They're going to jump right on whatever needs to be done. They jumping right on. They have no type of strength, courage, or courageousness about themselves. Okay? Sign number 12, anxiety. This goes with fear. They have anxiety. Anxiety is an ongoing thing with them. Feeling that something bad is going to happen or about to happen. They always think negative. They always think negative. I'm talking about any situation. They think their first response is something negative. And if it ain't their first response, it's going to, in that conversation, it's going to be a negative remark made regarding whatever it is y'all speaking about. It's a fact. And some narcissists, they show their anxiety by talking constantly about negativity, about something that's going to happen or that happened. Like, they do that. They do it. Okay, they feel the worst. They feel the worst and worst. Like, they feel the worst. They want to believe things is better, but they just look at it like, this is life. Bad stuff gonna happen. It's like good stuff happen too, but they just know for a fact bad stuff gonna happen. Yeah, a narcissist, they work out of anxiety very deeply. All right, sign number 13. Shame. A narcissist don't feel much guilt they don't feel much guilt because they think they are always right and they don't believe their behaviors really affect anyone else. But they know what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is wrong. So it's crazy. It's like they have the shame, but they're going to keep doing it. They have the shame, but they're going to keep doing it. And it's like, shame for them is the belief that there is something deeply and permanently wrong or bad about who you are. So it's like they feel bad that things is happening the way they happen because you did it. Because if you would have never did it, we wouldn't be going through this and I wouldn't be feeling bad. Like, it's crazy. It's a manipulation tactic. It's the way their brains are wired. Okay? A narcissist is actually ashamed of all these rejected thoughts and feelings that they be having. They ashamed of it, and that's why they don't really want to face nothing. That's why they don't really want to face nothing. They just continue to live a vulnerable life. They just keep living an open life where nothing matters, no boundaries, nothing. And they know that's not cool. Sign number 14. They have an inability to be truly vulnerable. They don't know how to be truly vulnerable. Because their inability to understand feelings, their lack of empathy, and constant need for self-protection. Narcissists can't truly love or connect emotionally with other people. They can't do that. They cannot look at the world from anyone else's perspective but their own. This makes them emotionally needy. And when you're in a relationship with them, it's no longer satisfying. They often overlap relationships and start new ones as soon as possible. It's like when it don't work out in the way they think it's supposed to work out and they mad, they jump into another one. And another one, and another one, and another one. And then they get to an age where, they feel like they're getting too old to be jumping in a relationship. Whoever they get, their next victim, they tie them down. When I say tie them down, they marry them. So it'll be hard to get out of that relationship. So if you dealt with a narcissist and you was able to get out of it, kudos to you. With no strings attached, kudos to you. Okay? Because you can have strings attached where it's really not attached. And I say that as kids. You can have kids with a narcissist. That don't mean your strings is truly is super attached. Because you can deal with a narcissist when it comes to kids with a lawyer. Y'all can work with lawyers. All right? Sign number 15. They have an inability to communicate or work as partners or as a team because they so competitive. They want to compete with you. It's okay to compete in a positive, uplifting, inspiring way. But when they competing they competing at a level where you think you better than me or this type of deal like that, then it's unhealthy. It's very, very unhealthy. They don't know how to work as a team. They want to be the best at everything, and there's nothing wrong with being the best. But if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be working as a relationship, not against not against each other. But that's how they work. Okay, so if this resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I thank y'all so much for jumping in, tuning in. I love you guys. See you in the next one.